I read in the silence, I think it's pretty clear, I'm always so sincere. Oh, take me, I'm a wild one, getting bored out looking for attention. I'm not looking to meet new friends. No, I've been looking for love instead, for someone I appreciate.
Nothing's ever enough, even if I try too hard. Tell me what to do, say anything, yeah. Dive deeper, dive deeper, yeah. Dive deeper, dive with me, yeah. I know we could fly if we just try, if we just try. So come on, baby, dive deeper, dive deeper, yeah. Dive deeper, dive with me, yeah. I know we could fly if we just try, baby, try. You find it distracting, hold of our issues, rather die with you. We no longer talk when it gets hard, so it only gets harder. I know you are gonna get the best of me. Come a little closer, we can dive in deep. Oh, I'd rather be with you, baby. Even if I try and try too hard, nothing's ever enough, even if I try and try too hard.
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, ULTI.TV, the best in the world.
Become a member and fund our work
to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the Ultimate world and beyond.
That's fine. Let's see.
Welcome to Herning, Denmark, and we are delighted to be broadcasting live from the European Ultimate Indoor Championships 2024. Myself, Hannah Pendlebury, alongside the handsome, the inimitable Stefan Rapazzo.
Everybody tries still, and we are here for the semifinal in the women's division, a game in its own time slot. We're going to have a bit more atmosphere for this one, and no matter what, this game is sized up to be an absolute beauty. Atletico, the Finnish outfit, have been here time and time again in these indoor championships, indoor specialists. They classify themselves as a typical Nordic style, taking on the up-and-coming Mooncup, who have been up-and-coming both on the outdoor season and now have transferred that to the indoor, in big part to two new players. I won't call them pickups. They're not they are new recruits. They played last season and are continuing on, full-time players. The Borno sisters, a shout-out for them indeed. Eva, if you look at the stats, she has done a lot of the heavy lifting, and Lison gingerly with her ankle, coming back and now seeing if she can provide a little bit more oomph as they try and move forward towards that final tomorrow, Hanny.
I have to say, Steph, my heart will be in my throat every time Lison Borno takes to this hard court surface. She is, as you say, running on a little bit of a wonky ankle, and if she takes a bad knock to it, it might be a bit of a thorn in the side of her season. And certainly we are looking for no school of hard knocks from Atletico either. Of course, all of the Spirit scores are public, so it might be well known at this point that they have had some interesting games, but they have certainly said that they are here to win. They're here to be competitive, but by no means does that mean they want any questions being asked about their deserved nature to be in this level in the championship bracket. They will play hard, but they are trying their best to try and play clean. So that's their goal for this game. We'll see how it turns out, though. I am on the edge of my seat. I'm very excited to see the two teams with no defeats thus far in the tournament face up in semi-finals. But as you already said, Steph, the vibes. Certainly Mooncup were there on the sidelines for Moon Catchers, who've now just arrived in the stadium complex. But you see the focus and attention just there, just leading them all in some mindfulness ahead of this matchup.
Coach Brice Vanet, one of the Moon Catchers for many years on the male matching side. It is getting excited. We can barely hear ourselves. They give us a whole chair every time, Hannah, but you're right. We only need that edge of our seat once these games really get going. It's all on the line here. Semi-final action. Atletico got their starting five on the field ready to go. You see hands on hip there. We talked about the Borno sisters. Inka Vestman, one of the stalwarts of the club over there. She'll be hard to handle, especially against this Mooncup team. I'm not sure if they've got the length, the height to deal with somebody like Vestman, and that could be an interesting mismatch. We'll see how they're able to adjust and adapt. We'll be watching those matchups as we go, and we are only moments away from this opening pull, Hannah. Semifinals, the last game of the day. Here we go, EUICC from Herning, Denmark. Hannah, is there anywhere you'd rather be?
The answer to the question, Steph, is no. So Mooncup to start us off here. Borno immediately underneath Rijmakers. A little bit of confusion, double cutting in the near space. Borno low into the hat of Harris, who played a lot of defensive duty in their quarter-final matchup against Three Snakes. Borno, though, racing to the front cone, and then a little quick pop. It is Rijmakers with the first goal, and a large cheering section, of course. The Moon boys are happy with that.
Yeah, a little taste of the volume you're going to get from the sidelines, but also a little bit of a taste of the play style you're going to get from the Moon Catchers. Eva Borno in particularly, we highlighted that name before the game started. Harris, you see here, giving and going. Eva Borno is just a gritty player. She's got all the tools, but beyond that, she's got the grit. You see there Charlotte Terrasson making sure the sideline is in good hands as well with Atletico in their first offensive possession.
So you've got Hotari working that near side space. Just pops one over the top to Mayalena, of course. One of the long-standing athletes on this Atletico side. The key part. Oh, I'll tell you what. That is just a delicate little block from Lison Borno. Nothing fancy required. Just pushes the disc away with a finger. Now to pick up. Can Rahali make the most of it? Oh, sorry, Maxon, sorry. Das. Back to Maxon. Just casually swinging it around the back. Not the traditional D-line style. Bourneau now. And just a run towards the front cone. And that's a break. Perrine de Hasp with the goal.
De Hasp gets the goal. It was Lison Bourneau that got the setup, got the block there, just simply outran her matchup, got the slightest fingertip, but that was enough. And I'll tell you what, I asked Mooncup, they don't play indoor as much. They are not quite the Nordic style, but they're not trying to play that other style. They were happy to admit, we're playing an outdoor style. We've got better athletes. We can just beat them with runs and with speed and traditional throwing. And so far, it seems like that's working for them.
Well, still very early days, of course, just 2 points played so far. Score count rising though, and that just goes way too far. Nearly redeemed though. What a redemption that would have been if Alva Alvors had managed to connect. So to pick up on, that's not on Bergen.
That one to ground.
So redemption. Atletico with a second chance. Hot attack from Bourneau. Nice reaching ones across the space. Oh, 2 blades, a lefty and then a righty. And the collection. Ulikunu.
And there you see a battle of those styles. The Nordics come straight back the other way. They did put one away, maybe settled the nerves after the first turnover of the game, but put it away, and a blade from Vestman in true Nordic fashion. And Atletico put themselves on the board after going down a break and a hold to start this game. Let's see if they can do it on the defensive side.
Maxon to start us off. Nice big pull from Atletico. Requiring Mooncup to go the full stretch. There's going to be a foul call. There's a little bit of contact on the forehead from the raised arm of Raunanen that's preventing that overhead shot.
Yeah, she's still discussing it. I thought I saw it twice, in fact. It was a very invasive mark being put on over the head and making contact not 1 but 2 times, and yet they're still discussing it. So interesting to see how this one will pan out.
So that store starting from 5, not giving too much time. Perrine de Hasp on a hope and a prayer, trying to collect on that far sideline. It just sails out of contention. Atletico stifled upfield. Hatari into Vestman. Match up this time, Lefebvre. For that big tall-statured athlete, it's going to be low. Makes contact with the hand, but that was not an easy option thrown by Vapu Raunanen. Maxon, the inside shot to Bourneau. Now Lefebvre. Foul call accepted. So play will continue. Patrice Lefebvre will maintain possession as this matchup for Inge Vestman. Bourneau trying to grind up that line. Fantastic marking out, but Maxon just statuesque in the center of the pitch. Das. Now around, that was a little bit quirky. Maxon though delivers. Tumbling action and throws a slinky blade. Oh, the thief! Lison Bourneau, you thief!
Now, had Lison stayed where she was, that pick may have been avoided, and De Haas may have had a chance to collect that a little cleaner. That was, but out of nowhere, that left hand came up. I don't know how Lison spotted that or slid through and got her hand on it.
Oh, and thank you, Dimi Doroshenko in the chat. We'll get to your rules knowledge insights in a second. De Haas back. Rahali fakes and then throws that reset backwards. Moon happy to just keep throwing the passes as they see that one lasered. Inka Westman with a big layout. The foul is going to be called. Considering the positioning of the two players, there's going to be contact with that one. They're hustling towards the disc, but a little bit more contact than Beatrice Lefebvre is happy with on that shoulder.
I think the majority of the contact I see is after the block and coming down, but that is still accountable for when you go up. You got to be able to make sure you can go down without making that contact. I really thought it was a heck of a bid. I like the play. I don't think it was dangerous play, but there may be some notion to have to accept that one.
Well, while this is discussed, I will reveal. So, Dimi Doroshenko in the chat, of course, game advisor extraordinaire. The earlier call with, it wasn't a contact marking violation, vision, rarely seen. So if you're not currently getting involved in the live chat, do jump on. We'd love to have you alongside us, and thank you for watching.
And you might as well hit that like button while you're at it. I think it may have even been a double then. If she was impeding the vision, there still was also the forearm to the forehead if we think back to that play.
Well, indoors is a game of very small angles, smaller pitches, and hopefully a small margin throughout the course of this game. Just to chuck it in, see. There's a call from behind saying it's inbounds, but I think the opponent said it was more of a straddle.
Here's our second look. I thought it was not in. Yeah, that right foot was on the line.
We concur. Rahali on the goal line, pops it back to Maxon. The hammer goes. Oh, that would have been heroic if that had worked for Raunanen. She flails, but she can't do anything to stop the cup getting another one.
Lison Bourneau has some kind of concentration. The defense in front coming from the opposite side, and she just maintains locked laser eyes on that disc and somehow brings it in for the goal. A wonderful play there. Great defensive poach to try and make a play at it, but just a little bit short of success on the defensive effort. And a miscommunication there.
Yeah, Atletico are not on their usual form in this game. Leno around to Westman. Goes for the full stretch and has it with a bomb. Fantastic separation downfield and a spike from Raunanen. That is all the frustration from the previous steal she did not get being put into the disc. She did.
Yeah, that is indeed letting it all out there. Raunanen. Here's another look at the full field bomb, the setup there. Westman has eyes and a fabulous throw. Inka Westman hits the spot. Raunanen there. And there's another look at letting that one out. Staying within one. Work to do. They're playing from behind early, but this is way too early in the game to count anything.
Bourneau looking a little bit frustrated for options. Throws up line, just squeaks it through to Harris. Harris again, this is going to be another high stall out called by the mark with the disc still in hand.
Now this conversation is one that I'm not sure I'm going to be able to understand at this stage. Is it a fast count perhaps?
Well, no use of hand signals, so we're none the wiser. Either way, Mooncup will retain possession and play on. Bourneau has Harris again. Those two pretty much just playing exclusively between each other. Everyone else on Atletico doing a fantastic job of matching out their players.
Expect a defensive switch here on Eva Bourneau, perhaps. They were ready for it.
Leduc. Sorry, Diop. Diop with the high toss pass. Back to Rijmakers. Give that inside give and go. Lots and lots of small ball passes. We know this is the style that Mooncup are more comfortable and confident with. They're happy to do it. Throws for days. Bourneau though, holding on, thinking about it, tempting. Howard Diop striking to the break side. A foul call. A little bit too much of a push off of the matchup with Maya Leno.
We might get a second look at that. I believe I saw some sort of push-off contact there. I think I'm picking up what Leno's putting down.
Yeah, a little bit before our replay caught it.
Contested by Diop.
Yeah, nice swift discussion. Bourneau around to Rijmakers. Oh, Diop throws a pass, but it just tips off Avidis' hands. A little bit of an extra kick of the disc there from Bourneau. Not that it makes much difference when you're this far away from the end zone already. Oh, that's a little bit soft, way too soft. Collision with the opponent, and then the concrete for good measure. Bourneau's going to contest it, and a quick send back.
Foul contest, goodness gracious. I'm happy she got up from that. A tough and gritty young player is Eva Bourneau, and proving it again.
Well, it's just a race towards that front cone. This time, Maya Leno for the goal for Atletico.
Wow, this game is giving the goods right now. 3-3, bodies literally being put on the line here.
And that is a break to put us back on serve. Of course, Mooncup started this game on offense, so have the natural advantage. It's up to Atletico to win this one from them.
Wow, Vesman gets that goal. Gets that assist rather to Leno, two of the stalwarts of the club. Two that have been doing heavy pulling duty all weekend long. And tie it back at 3.
Maxon, again, the stall count starting to rise a little bit. Now moving it through on Belgian up line. Happy birthday, by the way, Nadej. Working that backspace with those fiery orange shoes. Up line to Bourneau. Pick elsewhere on the field. Seems like Mooncup's strategy includes, obviously not solely based on, includes one Bourneau on the pitch at all times.
Well, they do have 2 lines, and the Bourneau sisters are on opposite lines. They said they have been very strict. I said, has there not been one single point where you carry people across the line? And the answer was 1 or 2 in the whole tournament, but otherwise strictly sticking with their lines. And there's no O-line, D-line, just 2 balanced lines.
So Mooncup quite clustered together on that far side, and it doesn't allow them to make the shot across to Maxon either. So Anna Yokina will get us back underway. She's been playing for 16 years. She's only 27, so you do the math. So the centre pocket. Alfors, one of the newer Finnish players. Oh, but a lack of attention for Shielanberg at the back. That could easily have been scooped up. And if Atletico watch this one back through gritted teeth, that will be one of those missed moments. But there's a missed moment for Mooncup.
First little back and forth bit of sloppy play we've seen this game where they're liberally exchanging turnovers.
Ulikunu throws it around, but a miscommunication. It was undercooked anyway. And Mooncup will get the disc back. Big reaching to the far side for Das. That one a little bit behind the back, but all good and fine. Lisonbono launches it, but there's a launch of Atletico's own. What a lovely bid, Annie Jokinen, and nice and clean too.
Oh, goodness gracious, Jokinen. You ain't yoking around out there. This is all business. Unbelievable commitment. Sacrificing the body for the play, Hannah.
Travel call. Retracted from the turnover. There's going to be probably a little bit of a chat.
They're still discussing retracted as it didn't affect, I believe.
So another attempt at the offense here for Mooncup. Gritty, grindy point. Rahali launches it down, just about squeezing it in. Maxon with lots of acreage for the reset, then can exploit it for the break side throw. That's what happens when you don't apply a mark to a player at this level.
Yeah, so sure-handed is Lison. She's got such a big receiving box. You can throw it to her high. She'll catch it one-handed. She can really, push the shoulders, as you see Perrine Deaspe look for her line space, bringing that back in. But she's a strong, wide-shouldered receiver no matter what, and you can put it to her anywhere and have great confidence she's going to come down with it alone, high-angle passes, or under duress from coverage. A good get-out-of-jail free throw and an even easier shot if she's got space.
Well, the Moon Catchers already secured their ticket earlier on today. They are coming off of a very impressive season last year. Rather undid. I have to say, if you want to watch an intense game with lots of calls about contact, there was a lot of talking in the Griffum Orbro game against Mooncatchers. But all fair, you've got to communicate about these things. But at the moment, I think for Mooncup, it's about keeping your heads. See Brice there, really trying to keep them calm ahead of this matchup. Don't let the moment get too much and overwhelm you, because of course this is the second season for Mooncup as a formal team on the international stage.
Yeah, a lot of individual experience over there, but as a team, not so much.
Whereas Atletico have been a powerhouse indoors, certainly for a very long time indeed. Westman struggling to get one out, but does find Maialeno. Nice scuba to rip open the break side. Nini now. Into Hotari. Westman's just sneaking around. She is available. Diop being wonderfully active. Just a little bit of tilting off there from Westman just to shelter the disc. Nearly coming unstuck, but just a slash across and opening up that break side. Oh, the casual Maialeno, the veteran athlete.
Yeah,
what was that?
Tough one, that's one you want to go two hands with. A tough angle to actually put that second hand on, though. I mean, yes, there's a way. There is a way to do it. Leaning in front, you do got to cross the body with the right hand. Difficult. However, I'm sure she would agree there was a better way of going about that.
Well, there was a better way of going about the starting throw on that offense. Full stretch height from Julia Harris isn't even enough to catch that one. the uplines and the breaks from Atletico. And it's just an easy one to the front cone. This time, no slip-ups from Mayaleno. You've got to back yourself for a single-handed grab. You've got to back yourself up with two, though, more often than not, and that was much more simple.
Yeah, Mayaleno making up for it. The throw easier, the catch easier, but the hard work required to get back into a scoring position. A little bit beneficiary of a unforced error to get that to get the disc back after the missed back corner attempt. Atletico back on the board, 4-4. This game is giving us a whole bunch of drama already.
Well, and I tell you about a dramatic finish. The other women's semi already done. That one was a pretty tight affair, so it really is the hot at the top of this women's division, but this is a real opportunity now for Atletico. 4 apiece, this to go in front. Lovely arcing one to start us up to Martus. Vestment again, love the way she shapes those underneath cuts towards the disc, and the little hop into the end zone. The break goes for Atletico, and they are now in control of the pace here.
Yeah, big play there, big point there for Atletico. The go-ahead 5-4, Vestman with a smack on the floor there of excitement to celebrate. She is feeling it after this assist, and deservedly so. Playing their Nordic style, but right here, just a flat backhand up the line, and great toes by Rauninen to put it in as she mounts her second goal of this game.
Well, maybe that sort of long point, perhaps getting into the minds of some of the Mooncup players, those unforced errors, the ghost on the shoulder perhaps, but Bourneau puts it up. Big battle towards the near sideline, but Leduc happy to push through. Bourneau now. Ooh, nearly escapes the grasp. Moving it calm, smooth, hammer across. High grab, and the spike there, it's a hold. But it needs to be celebrated to keep the chins up.
The 16-year-old Leduc finds some space on the far sideline. Eva Bourneau respects that space finding with the hammer and pulled down. A great catch going up with the defense near enough in the neighborhood. Here's another look. But Leduc does well to hang on, and a nice hard spike there to say we're in this one. We're still playing. Back on serve. We're back to even and on serve.
Well, that's a big shot towards the end zone, and a nice little bit of footwork makes it good. And we're not on serve, Steph. Atletico are up that one break of score because we had Mooncup to start us off here, but well over half of the game in.
Yeah, I started counting right after I said it too, Hannah. Atletico taking the game with those 2 breaks since being down 3-1, bringing it back to 6-5 lead now. That's simple math, 5-2 since that time. Atletico really changing the momentum here.
They've got a hold on them. Eva Bourneau on the underneath, pops it through and around. Remakers. Repair that number 19. Now back coming under again. Every third pass or so. And Bourneau. Harris. I think Leduc's the only player not to have touched the disc in this possession so far for Mooncup. It's going to be an arcing flick. Oh my goodness! Eva Bourneau, I thought that was already in the hands of Annie Jokinen, but she just rips it out of the sky.
Yeah, that's another one of those Indiana Jones hand through the heart kind of plays. Eva Bourneau had no business catching that with the position she had, and then took all the business. like a tycoon there. That was a wonderful reception from Eva Bourneau. You still see Moon rolling their lines, one then the other. We talked about the momentum shift. If they get the boat steady again, they'll keep doing it, but if not, I suspect a shift.
Lovely exploitation of the poach off there by Atletico. Soaring hammer, but that is taken the space away. Happy birthday to you, Nadège Jean-Bergen. That was a great defensive bid. Quite a lot of contact between the two players, and spirits high for this discussion. Terrason in the background there just saying shh, put in the hands of, just bring it down a couple of notches.
Yeah, that throw lucky to not have been D'd by the ceiling, in fact, too. That was a very high thrown hammer in this facility. So it will go back.
And this the opportunity for Mooncup to re-establish their lead. Put themselves back on serve.
And perhaps it did touch the ceiling based on what the inbounding call is on this.
Well, I mean, let's have a look. I'm going to say no. That's quite far away from the angle, quite far away from the kind of the scoreboard. It's not that thick. It's very looming. Cuts off a lot of our angle to see it, but
there is also a pole that hangs down on the other side of that scoreboard. I don't know.
See it.
I didn't see the flight deviated that much.
I think from where it emerged and also where it ended up, Steph, from the position of the original throw, I struggled to see how it made contact with sort of the central third of the area above the pitch. But there seems to have been a resolution here. They're agreeing it touched something. But either way, an ideal position to start this one off for Mooncup. Maxim and Rahali just working it around the back. Now across to Bourneau. On Bergen. Oh, I love the cheeky offhand, backhand touches. That one's going to be a little bit of exploitation. A foul is going to be called on that, and I'm not sure.
I hope there's a chance to reconsider. I thought that was excellent help D by Laukkanen.
And you can see actually the movement. She is very conservative. She really thinks about it. She could have just plowed towards that disc, but she does allow the space. And after a bit of a discussion, the retraction is there. So that is a good way to make a call, give yourself the opportunity to think and have a discussion, and a good outcome. So Atletico looking to stay in front, that one break up in this game. Potari slicing up the line. Raunanen. The call from the sideline of Cycle. That's what Atletico want to do. Holmbergen just standing pretty much in the centre, allowing her mark to walk towards her. Oh, that's a lovely bit of break side continuation. We've said it all of the day, Steph, that one break shot can really just open up opportunities in the end zone.
Yeah, Elina Roija finishes that one off. A lot of the work done upfield, but a strong finishing cut in the end zone from the youngster on this team, the 23-year-old from Espoo, medical student. Gets herself home, gets that foot down, and keeps her club side Atletico ahead. 7-6, nearing halftime, still 1 goal separate.
Well, we're running out of clock though. 11 minutes remaining in this 42-minute regulation play. Oh, what a lovely find on the far sideline. How on earth did that corkscrew around the back of the stack? We'll never know. The throwing prowess at this level is just a thing of beauty. Harris now through to Bourneau. Popping across. Belpaire. Harris opens up a little bit of separation, exploits the turn, shoulder and hips of her matchup, and just races away to the next point. still within touching distance are Mooncup, but Atletico that one nose ahead.
I tried to move away from watching the whole game there a bit and just isolated the Vesmin-Borneau matchup, which was a great one. And I was very happy that I chose to do that because they are going at it. Borneau is, I just keep saying it, she is a grinder, she is a fighter, she has got this, the je ne sais quoi about her that just gives her a little bit more ticker and keeps her going. And the finishing throw, she's got touch to go with all that toughness.
Well, with both of these teams as yet undefeated in the tournament, it's a shame really, you could say, to see them both go out. Well, sorry, one of them go out at this stage. But it really is toe to toe. And another flick blade to expose the side of the pitch that they so desperately wants to treasure. And that's another on the board for Atletico. They stay ahead.
Eight-7, no natural half reached yet. There will be a late halftime with all likelihood coming at 9. If it's up to Mooncup, they'd like that to come on a Galaxy point situation. And we could have the closest Galaxy point universe point ever if this one does go that way.
And the separation on paper, the goal difference between these two teams, it's plus 24 for Mooncup and plus 20. Oh, the Duke rising though, plussing one more onto the scoreboard for Mooncup.
And there we have it, Galaxy point coming up, a couple of snowmen on the board. This for the half take, the super long half this has been.
I'm going to put this out there. Mooncup really needs to get a break in this next point because after the half, it's the advantage for Atletico. They started this game on defense, so they're going to come out with a freebie if they can punch this hold in.
If they don't break, it's the 2 for none. The high potential for the 2 for none.
The train gets on the track, but Atletico trying to stay firmly glued to the rails. In the last moment, they find the inside. I think that was a little bit fast for a stall-out call for me, Steph.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty quick as well. I would not have expected that to be what we're swinging our heads back to the left. And contested stall-out, no retraction there, so Eva happy with the way she counted it.
Well, there is a big poach off to her left, which will immediately be taken. Lots of jinking in front of the disc is paying off for Atletico. Oh, well, there's the expansive shot. Harris on the attack, though, and gets the block, denying Elena Roija.
Yeah, Roija really trying to body out, trying to get those arms as wide as she possibly could, and good fight by Harris to just kind of charge through without over-bodying on her own accord, and defeated the attempt to body out.
It's a real difference, that extra sort of 10 meters or so. All of the other shots to that same space for Atletico have been from much closer, therefore much less time for the defense to catch up, much less time to run out of room, like as was the case in that moment for Atletico. But here is the moment for Mooncup. Oh, it just bobbles off the fingertips though. She giveth the D, but she droppeth the disc.
That was a glorious opportunity at this stage, squandered.
Well, you never know, they could do something special and get a block once more. These all-important moments, that one a good catch-up to the disc for Hotari. Now to Vesman, it's blocked, but doesn't quite put it in the bag. The Duke, great play, but Vesman still stays short, kept her eyes on it. Inside break to the side, but it just goes askew. Oh, this is exciting, Steph.
Moon get it back. Mooncup have another chance. The Moon Catchers sideline is going absolutely bananas right now.
There are shirts coming off. They're being thrown in the air like we're at Baywatch time. Borneau with the disc. Harris underneath. This time it's a much easier one for her. Doesn't have to full stretch and bounce off. Back to Borno. Leduc up the line, nearly decided to move out of that position. Switch off. Now Borno being matched up with Vestman. Stature versus speed. Over to Leduc. Squeaks through to Harris. This one round, Homberger. Oh, a casual toss of the blade, and that is the break to put us back where we started this game.
Well. They're just what they needed. I suspected they were going to need to shorten their lines before they were going to get that break back, but they stick with the plan. They stick with the program, run their lines, and when push comes to shove, Mooncup come up with the goods. A multiple turn point. We saw one earlier. Here's another look as I go on of the scoring throw, but we saw earlier Leduc got a block, celebrating, running down the line as though it was going to count. It went back into the hands of Vestman. Multiple turnovers, a couple errors, a couple great Ds. We just are getting it all in that point alone. Now pressure shifts back to Atletico as we take this half with, what, Hannah, 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, 4 minutes. So this, for me, someone in the chat, I think it's Tyborg, said that this has the vibes of a final, and it really does, in person and back home. These are the two teams that have not been defeated by any opponents thus far in the tournament. They're meeting in the evening, last game of the day. Nobody else is playing. We've got the fullest audience we've had all day long, and it reminds me of a certain semi-final a couple of months ago in Wrocław.
Yes, I remember the one. It was in the open division, and it does have just the same vibes. It did have another team from Brussels playing, from the same club, in fact. And this one, given those same vibes, the Mooncup taking some deep, calming breaths there on the side. And as you said, there was one other team that was undefeated, Catch Up. They have since been eliminated. KFUM sitting in this near side corner, taking notes, no doubt, as they will await the victor for tomorrow's final. They did drop one game, maybe unexpectedly, after they had already solidified the pool to Woof, and now have come back, taken down, Catch Up, and ready, surely entertained by this as well.
Well, yeah, are you not entertained? High release blade to Martus. A hammer from the lefty to Leno. Hammer from the righty. It's all about the double vision for this Atletico side. That's not the first time we've seen the lefty and the righty choosing exactly the same throw to hit the opposite side of the pitch. And a little bit of almost like a royal wave there.
Vestman with the hard spike, but really great sell on the fake scuba by Leno. She really had Leduc biting, you'll see again, and got all the separation. The fake scuba and then the hammer setup was just that much easier. And there you see Vestman letting it out. She is feeling herself out there now. 9-9.
And you know why that hammer was available? It's because Mooncup has switched the force. They're tired of getting broken by the flick braids of Atletico, so they're giving up that hammer side. And Atletico showing they can do both. That was a little bit low, but all fine. Maxon considering her options. Rahali now. Swing in for Days. Lefebvre. Maxon. Lefebvre streaking towards a deep space. Goes for the high one to De Hasp. Back to Borno. Fakes and then throws it. Lefebvre now this time taking on the matchup with Vestman. Stall count starting to rise. Just about gets it out. Vestman on the approach. A little bit of a sandwich, but that one clean enough. All players going up together. A little bit of stumble after from Perrine De Hasp.
Yeah, Rahali was running out of options there. I think she had one or two early in the stall count that she wasn't able to get the throwaway to, and then put herself in that predicament there where she had to just hope and pray to De Hasp with Vestman sandwiching. That's not going to be give success too often.
Marcus has Jokinen in the swing space, but chooses Vestman up line. You can see the threat there of these overhead shots. The Fed just those arms both, well, everyone with the arms high for the initial moment. Vestman has Jokinen underneath. Swinging it back. All the space is there, and the flick is good once more. And that will put Atletico back in charge just as the time cap expires. Oh my goodness.
1 second before the time cap expired. That was at 41:59 by my estimation. A break back, that is a lead taker. Now, will Mooncup shorten their lines? They just have to hold first.
Well, this is a really important moment, so we'll have to see how the tournament schedule gets formally updated as to the timing of that goal. Is it a game to 11, or is it play the next point and then add one?
By my estimation of the rules, it's play the next point and add one. But this is all in the good hands of the volunteers and the players.
Indeed, and the stopwatch that is in their hands at this very, very moment. The Linebackers has the underneath for Harris. Leduc threatening in the end zone. But the underneath shots are taken. It doesn't need to be fancy, it just has to be calm. Pick elsewhere on the field. I say field, pitch of course, or court. It's a really lovely surface and nice and clean. Sometimes indoor venues you get a bit slippery, but exceptional facilities, exceptional tournament organisation here in Herning. Corno looking to get it straight back and ending up causing a little bit of a pick. Corno. Hammer is a little bit big, but it's going to be into the paws of Leduc. Well, that'll do, folks. And that looks to be indeed a universe point finish, game to 11, and this one deserves nothing less.
Wow, and as we speculated, the closest Galaxy and Universe point together we may have ever seen. 10-10, Leduc comes down with that one. Put your 5 best on the line, or will they just roll to the next line? No, I see two Borno sisters for the first time in the game. Maybe the first time in the weekend. Harris, Leduc, and Holmbergen join as this kicks off.
Indeed, universe point finish here. Atletico starting out on offense. Is it going to be whistled clean? Martus with the disc. Vestman grinding underneath. Leduc doing some double duty. Lovely soft break side throw. It's a goal to the end zone, and it is Atletico that will go through to finals tomorrow. Clean hold, and that is the connection of the ages. Leno with the goal.
Maya Leno not to be denied. The power line comes on and still can't get the D. It's Ascot to pull over a couple players for 1 point and put the pressure on. I like the way they ran their lines. I believe had that happened a few points earlier, they could have avoided this situation. Any which way you slice it, a fantastic game. Everything left on that court. Very deserved win by Atletico, playing their Nordic style. Keeping it high and overhead, and Inka Vestman to Maya Leno. Is there any other combination that would have felt right to finish on for an Atletico win?
Well, it really was all about those those slicing forehand throws in the end for Atletico. They changed back to the backhand force after they started using the hammers. Not really much more you can ask from Mooncup. This isn't their surface of choice. Even though the Belgian Ultimate scene has plenty of lovely indoor actions, of course, in all 3 divisions, but it's going to be a tussle for bronze tomorrow for Mooncup. Hats off in your 2nd season of existence on the international stage to get yourself this far into the bracket against the Nordics. So they will be going against the Swedes tomorrow, Atletico, but we're going to have such a great day tomorrow, Steph. And we're going to lose our voices probably.
Yeah, we might lose our minds to go with it. A great day of action, 3 bronze medal matches, but we'll set you up a little more formally for the gold medal matches that come up towards the end of the day. In the mixed division, of course, the Mighty Hucks found their way in. They'll be playing Tartu Turbulence. In the open division, we have got Moon Catchers taking on Gemrigheimer. The bad skid team, which I'm not supposed to say, but you know who I'm talking about. They won that big universe point game. And in the women's division, as Hannah just said, Atletico booked their ticket to face KFUM Orebro. A full day of action. Why don't you hit those like buttons? Now's a good time to become a patron. You've got a little bit of time while you're putting your heart back in your chest. Think about doing that for us.
Absolutely. Well, let's just hope all of the games tomorrow can ascend to reach the level of semi-finals. That's 2 out of 3 that we had on our live stream for you, ending on universe point finishes. What more could you ask for from an indoor tournament, or any tournament for that matter? But as we see those last few moments of celebration out there on the pitch, thank you so much for joining us all of today. For myself, Hannah Pendlebury, Stefan Rapazzo, Felix Shardlow, Noah Chips Chipsenson and Ravi Vasudevan. We'll see you tomorrow.
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe. ULTI.TV, the best in the world.
Become a member and
fund
fund
our
our
work
work.
to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the ultimate world and beyond.
Thank you. Thanks. Merci beaucoup.
Yeah, Ultimate.
ULTI.TV.